Gen Z isn't dreaming about retirement someday anymore. They're trying to escape work before work traps them. But the real reason is darker than ambition. There's one question that keeps hitting them late at night. What if life becomes nothing but work and bills? So they started choosing freedom over status. First came college debt, disguised as opportunity. Then rent started eating their paychecks before their dreams could breathe. Even normal purchases started feeling like financial warnings. And online, everyone looked richer, happier, and way ahead. That comparison created a new kind of panic. Then they discovered a strange internet escape plan. It promised something school never taught them. Every dollar suddenly became either freedom or delay. But freedom required saying no to visible success. The hardest part wasn't saving money, it was explaining why status no longer mattered. Gen Z wasn't rejecting work completely. They were rejecting a future controlled by burnout. But the real reason goes much deeper. The old American timeline stopped making sense. What once took years now feels almost impossible. A pay shift arrived, then vanished before freedom even began. Monthly payments became a cage with invisible bars. Promotions no longer guaranteed security. They only brought bigger expectations. The workday ended, but work never really stopped. Burnout arrived before the dream career even had time to grow. Then AI made even safe careers feel temporary. So retirement became less of a fantasy and more like insurance. They didn't want luxury first. They wanted control. Money became a tool, not a trophy. They learned that tiny choices could quietly buy decades. But the math created a painful emotional trade-off. Saving aggressively meant missing moments everyone else posted. They started choosing invisible wealth over visible approval. Even small purchases started feeling strangely powerful. Progress became addictive because uncertainty finally had numbers. But chasing freedom created another exhausting machine. Freedom planning started stealing the freedom they wanted. Then, the freedom plan revealed its hidden danger. Freedom planning slowly turned into life optimization panic. Even fun started getting measured against future freedom. A $15 movie suddenly felt like stolen retirement. The number became proof of whether life was working. Then, even escape culture created another status race. They were winning discipline, but quietly losing softness. Life kept being postponed for a better future version. Then, the market reminded them that control was partly an illusion. Investing sounded simple until fear touched real money. One email could destroy years of careful planning. Inflation kept moving the finish line farther away. The goal moved every time life got more expensive. Healthcare made early retirement feel risky and necessary. Adulthood choices started competing like expensive emergencies. Buying a home became optional, delayed, or completely abandoned. So they searched for cheaper cities and remote freedom. Remote work became less of a perk and more of a financial weapon. The real goal wasn't retirement, it was defense. Because underneath the money was a deeper question. What kind of life was actually worth escaping to? The answer wasn't hidden inside a retirement calculator. It was hidden in what they secretly feared. They feared wasting their youth just to afford future peace. They feared becoming successful, wealthy, but emotionally unavailable. Then a strange realization broke the whole pattern. Retirement was never really the dream they wanted. They wanted control over their mornings, their energy, and their attention. Free time started looking richer than expensive things. The flex shifted from possessions to peace. Enough became a rebellion against endless wanting. Every upgrade asked a hidden question about freedom, but choosing enough made them difficult to understand. American culture sells now. Freedom demands patience. Their money timeline fought their social timeline. The breakthrough was not quitting work forever. It was making work optional before work broke them. Options became the real symbol of wealth, but freedom without a life became another prison. The smartest plan designed life, not just escape. And that changed what retiring early really meant.
The final lesson sounded simple, but it changed everything. Freedom begins when your money stops needing attention. A smaller life could create a much larger future. They stopped asking, "How can I quit forever?" Instead, they asked, "What work actually deserves my life?" That question made ambition feel human again. The new goal became balance before burnout arrived. They built freedom with more than money alone. They stopped letting strangers define what enough meant. The plan became less extreme, but more livable. Peace started beating status in the final calculation. Owning Tuesday afternoon became a strange kind of wealth. Money mattered most when it protected human moments. Work felt different when leaving became possible. They realized careers should serve identity, not replace it. Retiring before 40 stopped being the only victory. The real finish line became security, meaning, and time. Because every age deserves the power to choose. It was never about hating work or loving leisure. Gen Z wants retirement because they want life back.